Hey everyone, I'm Mrs. Scarpetta. I teach art at Fox Hill. Today I want to talk to you about Art to Remember, where you will have the option to buy a whole bunch of really cool products that have your artwork on it. If you are working from home, I will post information about how you can upload your artwork to the website and then buy products if you choose. If you're working at school, your art teacher will take care of that for you. We will send home more information later about how you can order supplies. For today, we're going to start our art production. So, let's get started. For this Art to Remember project, we're going to do a picture of owls using a variety of lines and shapes. We're going to do the first part of the drawing together. So let's get started. Here are some examples of this project I did last year. You can see with these, we drew first with pencil, outlined with a black crayon, and then painted the background with watercolor paints. We're going to do our eyes a little bit different this year, but if you don't have all of those supplies I just listed, it is perfectly okay for you to do the entire thing on Autodesk Sketchbook or draw with pencil and then do all of the outlining and coloring with your crayons. We're going to draw together on this. So once you have your name on your paper, you can get started. And I want you to draw along with me. So start off by drawing a nice big U shape or a curved line on your paper. I'm drawing dark so you can see it. It will be helpful to you to draw light in case you need to erase anything. And then draw a straight line across the top that closes off your U. Owls are nocturnal, which means they fly at night. They need to have great big ears. So at the top of your owl, do like the beginning of a triangle or a capital letter A. A line that goes up and then down. And we're going to do that on both sides. Don't worry about yours looking exactly like mine. You just want it to be similar so that we can tell that it's an owl. But it's perfectly fine for your owl to look different. Since you're drawing along with me, if you feel like I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video. U shape, we're going to do a letter V. A line that goes down and then up. And then close it off at the top with a straight line that goes across. That's going to be our owl's beak. And I told you our eyes were going to be a little bit different. We're going to color ours this year. So 2 nice big circles for your eyes. Remember, owls are nocturnal, so they have great big eyes to go with their great big ears. That way they can see good when they're flying at night. And then the inside of the eyes, a smaller circle. My eye is looking to the side. You can put your circle right in the middle if you want it to be looking straight ahead. And his wings are down to the side, so we're going to do a line that curves in and then out over here, and then on this side it goes the opposite direction for his wings. And then last week we practiced all of our different types of lines. You don't have to do the same types of lines. We're just going to do a variety of the lines to make the texture on its tummy for the feathers. So you can do whatever types of lines that you want. Just make sure they go all the way across. Zigzag lines, wavy lines, bumpy lines. You decide however you want it to look. And if you want to repeat some types of lines, you can. We're making that tummy or belly of the owl look nice and fancy. So go ahead and add whatever types of lines across your owl's tummy that you want. And then all the way across the bottom of the paper, just kind of a squiggly, bumpy line to make the top of a branch from one side to the other. And then below that, another kind of squiggly, bumpy line to make the bottom of the branch. From one side all the way to the other. And then our owl is going to be standing on the branch. So for the legs, we're going to have 2 straight lines that come down from the bottom of the owl, and they overlap just a little bit in front of the branch, so it looks like he's standing on it. And then for its feet, 1, 2, 3 straight lines. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3 straight lines. And that's all we need to draw our owl. Now we're ready to color. I'm going to color my owl's eyes in yellow to begin. I like to do anything yellow before I add my black outline because the yellow crayon tends to smear the black outline and I don't think it looks as nice. As I color in any shapes on my owl, I'm looking for good coloring. So I'm coloring inside the lines. I'm trying to leave no white spaces. That means I'm coloring it in solid. And since this is for art to remember, I'm pushing down and I'm trying to color nice and dark because we want to be able to see it really well. Once I'm done coloring my eyes in yellow, then I'll get my black crayon and trace over everything else that I've drawn with the black crayon. I'm going to speed it up so it goes a little bit quicker. Since I'm coloring in super speed here, you're not going to be able to follow along with me. Just watch to the end of the video, and then you can go ahead and take your time coloring on your own. Oops, I forgot to outline the outside of my eye, so I'll go in and outline that. And that looks good. I have everything outlined, so now I can start coloring it in. Since this is for art to remember, I'm going to make sure that I color it nice and dark.
And color it in completely, nice and solid and dark. I'm going to try not to break my crown this time. If I do, that's okay. They'll still work just fine. Yeah, I don't mind to have symmetry, so I'm going to color.
Okay, so this is about all you're going to have time to do today. I've got my owl about halfway colored in. Next week we will finish coloring the owl and the branch and add some stars to the background, and then we're going to paint the background blue with our watercolor paint. So one thing you might consider as you're coloring out your owl is not to do a whole lot of blue in it. It's okay to do a little bit of blue, but you don't want to have a whole blue owl with a dark blue background. It just won't show up as nicely. So I kind of avoid doing a whole lot of that. But this is all you need for today. So snap a picture, post it on Canvas, and you're ready to go for next week. Have fun. Take care.